Now I want to take you on a quick drive through Cypress Waters. Now it is one of those spots that is technically in the city limits of Dallas, but it really does have that feel like an extension of the city of Coppell. And that's why so many people are actually interested in kind of checking this area out. If you do want more of a lakeside living type of environment with some modern apartments, they do have some townhomes over here. There's so much walkability, which is a huge draw for people. Again, another area to check out if that's something that you're looking for. And a really good built-in social scene. Well, this could definitely be your place, especially because of the location. Now, right over here, it's called the Sound at Cypress Waters, and it has restaurants, live music, trails, and of course, those little feelings of, did I just stumble into a resort type living? Because that's exactly what you're gonna find here. And here's the kicker too about it. It's that most of this particular community is zoned to the highly rated Coppell ISD, making it a huge draw for anyone that is wanting the Coppell lifestyle and yet still getting a little bit more of the newer, trendier, more urban feel that you're going to find out here in Cypress Waters. A little busy here today. A lot of people are out working and everybody for lunch, and anyway, super busy area, so just trying to make sure I'm a little bit extra safe, but a lot is always going on out here at Cypress Waters, so certainly something to check out. Now, it also, Cypress Waters, as you can tell as I'm kind of driving through here, it isn't just a great place to live because it is also a major hub for a lot of people working in the area. Big companies are calling it home. For example, Nokia's out here, Fanatics is out here, and as you kind of go through, there's definitely some company names out here on a lot of these buildings. Brinker International is out here, parent company of Chili's and Maggiano's, if anybody likes those restaurants. Mr. Cooper, like I had mentioned before, and even a data center firm called Center Square is located out here. Anyway, we could probably be here for days if I went through the list that is out here in Cypress Waters, but just wanted to kind of highlight the fact that there is a lot of business opportunity and companies located out here. So if you really want that more urban live, work, play type of lifestyle, Cypress Waters is something to check out. So again, it is not technically with a Coppell address, but because it is zoned Coppell ISD, and if you are looking to maybe live in this particular area, this could be another option to kind of check out, and just wanted to kind of give you a feel for it because Coppell is right on the border. Now here in the Riverchase area of Coppell, one of my favorite areas, we have Riverchase Estates, and then we also have Riverchase Fairways on the other side. Well, Riverchase Fairways is going to be a gated portion of this particular section of Coppell, and it's right on the Riverchase golf course. Now to be honest, I've never had a client complain about finding golf course views out here in any of the neighborhoods that we might have looked at here in the city, here throughout the DFW area, because a lot of communities and neighborhoods and cities are going to have golf courses within them. So without the mountains and without these views, if you can find a golf course view and a beautiful backyard with nobody behind you, people tend to be a little bit thrilled. I have gotten a couple clients moving into golf course communities, and it's just kind of like that added bonus, and that's what you get out here in Riverchase. So out in Riverchase, it's going to give you access to the public Riverchase Golf Club and Riverchase Estates in particular, and Riverchase Estates in particular is known for having much larger homes compared to some of the other neighborhoods, as you can tell, and surrounded by tons of mature trees and very family friendly. And these homes are zoned to Coppell ISD. So if you're moving here with your kids, that's obviously probably top of your radar as you're doing your research of the best places to live. Now, the proximity of Riverchase is actually really close to some of the major highways, closer to 635 and 121. And a lot of the different corporate centers throughout the North DFW area also. And all these areas just making it a lot more convenient to being able to get to and not just the companies that might be located right here within Coppell. Of course, if you are moving here and your job is in Coppell, it's just an added bonus for being able to be so close. But this particular area, it's very peaceful. The neighborhoods are very well maintained. And these particular areas are just really praised for the walkability, the green spaces. Yes, you're finding rear entry garages out here, so you don't have that distraction in the front of your home. I'm getting actually a number of clients that come out here and find that some of these neighborhoods do have the rear entry garage, and it actually is a little bit more desirable for some of them. Not something that I'm used to, but if that's something that you're looking for, you have a lot of that out here depending on the location of the house within these particular neighborhoods. So another little bonus if that's something that might be on your radar. But really good, strong sense of community, like I said, blending more of that suburban type comfort, but having that convenience for getting around the DFW Metroplex because of the great location of the city of Coppell. Okay, families, so if you are hunting for that perfect neighborhood gem here in the city of Coppell, well, I want to introduce you to the neighborhood called Estates at Cambridge Manor. So imagine more of that classic Texas suburban charm, but you have large yards, you have big roomy interiors, and definitely the space to spread out, especially for those of you that might have a few rambunctious children that might need a little bit more room. Now, these are the type of houses that are going to give your kids the kind of space where think the amount of socks that get lost in your home, Legos spread throughout, and entryway filled with soccer cleats and after school shoes and backpacks. I mean, I know how it was in my house when we had plenty of kids running in and out the doors. So more importantly, what kind of makes Estates at Cambridge Manor stand out a little bit more? So this is the type of neighborhood where you actually only have a couple ways in and out. So you don't get that everyday traffic with people cutting through your neighborhood. If there's traffic and people need to get in and out somewhere, it's really for the type of people that are moving in here. This particular neighborhood is going to be for people that live here or their friends are coming to visit. Now, because of the type of neighborhood that it is, with these wider streets, larger front yards, bigger backyards, think community neighborhood block parties as well as backyard barbecues. But I will also say, as I was driving into this neighborhood, the cute little man out doing his yard work and raking up some of his leaves just waved as I drove by, and he didn't even know who I was. So it just truly shows you that that is the type of neighborhood that Estates at Cambridge Manor is. So if you want a little bit more space, you have a budget. Yes, these homes are probably at least in the 4,000 square foot range. You're looking at over $1 million here. But if you are looking for this type of homey feel, Estates at Cambridge Manor could certainly be a great one on your list. Now, the city of Coppell is definitely known for its small town feel, especially depending on where it is that you move here into this particular area. And no place here in this Coppell area is going to make you feel that way any more than Old Town. So Old Town Coppell is located right here in the city's historic district, and it is the type of place that stands where the community began on the original town site, right out here. When Coppell got started. There are some really great locally owned restaurants, and also as I kind of drive you through here, you'll see the residential homes that line the streets. So it just truly makes one of those walkable type communities, and super charming. So if you want the type of place where on Saturday morning you get out and you can smell the pastries baking, you can smell the coffee, and on Saturday mornings their local farmers market that happens year round right here in the heart of Old Town, every Saturday from 8 to noon. Certainly a really good one that you should check out, from local produce and homemade candles, anything you can imagine out here in Old Town. And the nice part about it, as I kind of get out here and show you in just a second, it's all enclosed. So all the vendors set up inside. So even if it's raining or freezing outside or in the sweltering heat, a great little place that you can go check out the local farmers market. Now, living in the heart of Coppell and here in Old Town, I just kind of wanted to drive you through these streets. So we have a lot of these little front porch type homes that do face the little square in the center here in Old Town, but then they kind of line all along the perimeter of Old Town as well. Now, these particular homes currently on the market are ranging from about $650,000 to $700,000, 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms, but the thing out here, if you really want a yard, you're not going to have a whole lot of that here in Old Town. So a lot less maintenance. You're gonna have a little front porch out in the front of your home. You're also going to, on a lot of these, have a beautiful deck upstairs. So if you want to sit outside and enjoy the weather, maybe there's an activity going on or a concert in the park, so you can sit out and enjoy that. But I love this front porch living. Some of them do have a little bit of a side yard, but for the most part, with the rear entry garage out here, there's not going to be that yard. You're not going to be putting the trampoline in your backyard for your kids, but there is certainly room for a family, a growing family, even in a lot of these areas. So if this location is great for you and you love this more like front porch walkable lifestyle, there are a number of options out here in Old Town Coppell that you can check out. So any more questions about living in Coppell, any of the particular neighborhoods, as always, reach out to me and let's discuss and find you the perfect spot for you and your family. Now, the city of Coppell really isn't going to be the land of shiny, splashy, master planned mega communities either. You're not going to have the lazy rivers, no big, in fact, let's turn down here real quick as we kind of get into this. No big neighborhood water slides, and that's honestly kind of the point of the area. We are a more established, the neighborhoods here in Coppell are certainly more established, and your new construction options are going to be pretty limited as well. You're going to find those occasional custom homes that pop up, here and there throughout Coppell, depending on the lot and the location. But what you're really going to find here in Coppell is more of an established DFW suburb with some mature tree-lined streets, as you can see. A lot of stable neighborhoods that aren't going to have a lot of change and growth because they've been here for a while. So really, if you want brand new everything, you may want to look a little bit further north, or I don't know, east, south, or west here in DFW. But if you want roots, the canopy shade from these big, beautiful trees, a lot more character, well, Coppell is just going to be here to welcome you home. So being able to find some entry price points under $600,000 here in Coppell, they do exist because current pricing for single family homes range from around $380,000 to actually almost close to $1.8 million. But for those more updated 3 to 4 bedroom type homes, in some of the more preferred pockets and neighborhoods here in Coppell, those numbers are certainly going to skew closer to the high 600s and even further on up in those types of higher end price points. But if you do want more of that micro market comparison with some of these neighborhoods and locations within Coppell, definitely shoot me a message because street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, that data totally matters here in Coppell. Even though it's not a huge city, those numbers can definitely vary based on where it is that you might be looking. So if you think that moving here to the city of Coppell could possibly check off a lot of your boxes, everything from the great school district to the central location, plenty of parks, and that great community feel, well, don't forget to save this video and share it with your better half, because that way maybe you can both help each other out when making that decision. And as always, don't forget to leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. And if you have any other questions or want to know about any more of the areas throughout town. But as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video because it always helps me out, and I'm dropping new videos every single week all about what it's like living here in the DFW area. But if I can help make your dreams come true here in Dallas-Fort Worth, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm available anytime to answer your calls. And until next time, take care.